Hey, welcome everybody to the third edition of the Kolosal podcast. Today we're going to be diving into the certifiably unique rap scene in the DMV. Artists like IDK, Goldlink, and Shy Glizzy, there's no shortage of star power coming out the district. But each of them had to begin their journey somewhere. Starting out as local names out of Southeast, PG County, and more, these artists had to work their way out the mud to get up to the mainstream market. But even then, there's always more work to do. Today, we are truly blessed and humbled to announce our very first ever Colossal interview with California made but DC raised artist, Yahh.Nezz. Yahh.Nezz has been working his ass off in the industry for quite some time now, and with years of perfecting his sound through both his production and songwriting, he's ready to take it to the next level. His new project, Botany Volume 2, is available to stream on both Spotify and Apple Music, and his new clothing line, Digital Hustler, is available now via his website, www.yahhnezz.com. All this and more can be found in the social links down below. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Yo.
Hey,
what's up, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you doing?
Yahh.Nezz, thanks so much for being here, man.
Oh, of course, man, of course. Let me turn the volume up so I can hear you. How you guys doing? How's everything?
Perfect. I'm doing great, man. I'm Noah, by the way. It's a pleasure to have you on the Colossal podcast. Thank you for taking the time to do this out of your day.
Hey, of course, Noah. Hey, that's you already have a special place in my heart because my nephew's name is Noah. So, like, you're family already, man. Thank you guys for reaching out and taking the time. Thank you.
Of course.
How about you, Sean? I know I've been probably in communications with you.
Yeah,
How's
bro.
everything with you, man?
Dude, I've been good. I'm outside of the DC area right now. I'm back home up in Vermont. It's kind of chilly out, but we're dealing with it. But yeah, man, we're psyched to have you on here today. We just saw you drop Botany Volume 2 yesterday, bro. That looked so sick, man. We listened.
Let's go, man.
You psyched about that?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I always take moments to reflect, especially in this journey, in this process, because a year ago I was too freaking timid to put my art out, and now I can't even tell you how thankful I am and just freaking appreciative for all the support and just recognition, man. Just like, it's been a very humbling and dope experience, man. Yeah, it really has.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, but we loved it. We listened to it. You know, we saw the features on there. Like, it looks like you're really starting to step up your game and turn into something big, bro. It looks sick.
I appreciate that. I document everything because I'm just trying to live up to my company, my clothing brand, Digital Hustler, and period. Like, I'm just really trying to be parallel with that. So thank you guys for saying that, because it means a lot. Like, we do a lot of the photography in-house and editing, and a lot of it is just me, and by the help of my lovely wife, man. She holds it down, dude. She's always that second eye of opinion, you know what I mean? She's like, baby, that shit's whack. Or it's like it's good, you know.
She keeps you in check.
Oh man, talk about it. Always. Wifey. The wifey for life, man.
Of course.
The real boss.
The real boss. Yeah, she's the real fucking boss. She is, man. If people know, you know, because you know. Shout out to you, man.
It does be like that, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, real quick, man. I'm so curious about you guys, because I know that I heard the DMV area and Paris as well. Like, what's going on? Tell me about Kolosal Music Group. I'm intrigued. I really am.
So Kolosal, we are looking to increase the discourse about music worldwide, just in general. We talk so much about sports, this and that. We know who the backup O lineman for the Eagles is in Philadelphia, which is where I am right now. I'm out of the DC area for a little bit because I graduated from American U, which is where Sean goes right now. That's where we all met. So I'm looking to get back to DC eventually. I have my Capitals.
There you go.
Capitals on right now.
Man. Always repping. I like.
But yeah, going ahead with that, we're just looking to put our foot in every single door. We got a SoundCloud, a YouTube, we got a Spotify, Twitter, Instagram. Trying to really, as I said, just increase the discourse. And as Sean has been rolling out this great project where we're trying to work with DC artists, such as yourself, and we're so humbled and blessed to have you as our first ever, real guest. And your art is incredible. So we definitely wanted to highlight that. And going off of that, you mentioned earlier that a year ago you were saying like, oh, I didn't want to put out my music. I was a little nervous. And we saw in the beginning of the Passiflora video, you said that my biggest competitor is me.
Yeah.
And you also said that on SoundCloud and MOE, my own worst enemy.
Hey.
And I just wanted to know what kind of made you do that step to say, I don't really mind what other people think. This is my art. I want to do what I want to do. And if they don't like it, screw them. This is the art that I'm putting out. It's for me.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Like, first of all of that was amazing. To tap back into that, to go into American U. I went to George Mason University, so we're all in the fam. We're all in the family.
We're
exactly.
So close, we used to play them in soccer.
Yeah, man, we're close by. But shoot, my own enemy. And to be real frank with you, I want to give you guys a quick shout out and accolade, because I put out that song MOE just like with no push. Like, I posted it one time, put the link up, and I was like, if my real people who like really fuck with the music, this is for y'all, and that was the first and last time that I put it out. So shout out to you guys for doing your fucking research, man. For real.
Thanks, man.
I made it a point to make that song because you know how it is, man. It's your brain, your doubt, your insecurities, all that meshed in and intertwined. Like, it holds you back, man. It really does. And if you let those voices just become too loud, it will freaking halt your process, your progress, and everything. And when I flipped the switch to be like, bro, I can't just be sitting here cooking up these beats and like, are they good enough? Are they, just being timid? I want to push it. I'll post a couple, but then I won't go further than that. And it's like, if I don't fight for myself to put myself on as hard as I can, nobody else will. Nobody else will. Even my best friend, my family, my mom, nobody. It's just me. You know what I mean? And you, everybody. You got to put, like my homie Pat Brady, shout out to Pat Brady. He's one of my, shout out Pat, man. He always says hashtag put yourself on. You know what I mean? And that's, I like indulge in that. It's a tough journey, but connections like this between us and like artists and true people who respect the art, like, we have to pull each other up together. Like, that's the secret. You know what I mean? That's the sauce. And everybody wants to do this shit alone. Let's fucking all put together all of our rockets and just blast off. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it boils down to. But for real, man, thanks. Yeah, shit. I'm an amped up.
Those are wise words. You're a true visionary.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you.
Of course.
It's been a long journey of learning, and I think the thing that's helped me move further is to acknowledge that. You know what I mean? Like, you guys come first. Like, everybody, we're all equal playing parts of the freaking game, and everybody deserves a recognition. And coming from the producer side, like, I'm aware of that. You know what I mean? I know how hard it is for like Kolosal Music Group to fucking get exposure. I know how hard it is for Yahh.Nezz to get his fucking music heard. Being real, I put my music out and I'm like, you expect like 1 million views and streams off the rip, but nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? Nobody's listening. Nobody gives a fuck. You have to make them listen. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, I like to do these visuals to try to talk less, but to just show. You know what I mean? Like, the proof is in the pudding. So I'm really freaking like just ecstatic about that. And I made it a point, like all the features you mentioned earlier, Sean. All the features of the project are specifically for producers. Like, there's not a single rapper on my project, except I made it a point to shout out everybody as if they were the artist, because they are. It's 50-50.
That's so real.
You know what I mean? The rapper, I ain't shit without those beats. Those beats ain't shit without this rapper. So it's like, I'm just trying to highlight that, man. I really am. I'm trying to do it the right way, so everybody gets credit and all of us get paid.
Yeah.
I feel like that perspective only comes from someone who's seen, both sides of the game of like being a producer and a rapper. It's like you get to see that, like, yo, that recognition is so important, and now you're in a position where you can actually give these guys the recognition they deserve. And that's so real, man. Like, the fact that you're actually giving these guys those props, like, yeah, we love that. Love that.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody. Even my homies who do the behind the scenes camera work, everybody gets a shout out.
Yeah. So are most of the people that you work with, like, are they your friends? Are they like, yeah, within your close friend group?
Yeah, so like the people like my homie Kyrie who just Fly Kai at the real Fly Kai on Instagram. That's the promoter in me. I'm always shouting out people's handles.
For the credit, shout out anybody you want.
For the credit.
Absolutely.
But my homie Kyrie, we went to high school together, so he's been the homie since. And you know, my cameraman, aka my shooter, Aaron AR at Southern Sounds Films, man. We met through one of my neighbors who actually we're like family, you know what I mean? To be real, and she introduced me to him because they're dating, and I was like, hey man, like let's link. They're like, hey, he does film work, you do music, let's see what happens. And he has such an amazing story. He's been like filming for. He used to do, I don't know if you're familiar with Fat Trell, another DC artist. He used to film a lot of his music videos back in the day when he first started. He just told me the other day, he's like, man, I did this, and then next thing I knew, I was on tour with Juicy J, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, who are you? You know what I mean? And it's little shit like that that's like, it just makes you pay attention. And pay attention to the signs. Like, I always found myself trying to, like, you know, find something else to, like, make it work. And then I finally just started giving back to people, helping out other artists, helping out other producers, and asking, you know, I was like, man, I really want a videographer because I can't in-house that part. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not there yet. And it just all fell into place. So I'm thankful for that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You got to make it work.
Hey, shout out to Sean, man. Gotta make it work.
We had to.
It's cheesy, but they end up being like mantras, man. Like, and they, like when I make these songs, it's so funny, man. I have no intention, like, I'm like, damn, nobody's probably gonna listen to this and hear people are saying it, and then I listen back to it and I'm like, all right, Christian, like the moments when I wake up with doubt, I was like, can I really fucking do this? It's like, you don't have to make it work. Just piece it together like every day. So it's been helpful for myself. Like, most importantly, and to hear somebody else quote my music, it's amazing, bro. Amazing.
Dude, we've had it in rotation. I mean, it's staying in my library.
Hey, thank you, man.
Of course.
Thank you. Give me some feedback as to why, man, because I'm learning too. Like, I appreciate that. Just break it down.
I like how
breakdowns like that.
I'll give you just a quick breakdown over the Botany Volume 1. We just got the first listen of the second one, but what I like for the second one, I love when you switched it up with the Spanish flows and agave.
I love that.
That was fine. Just like as an intro track, I was like, okay, yeah, Yahh.Nezz has got the juice on this one. Like,
thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Of course. But in Botany Volume 1, I love the 808s. They just hit so hard. At least in I can't remember if it was Petunia.
Yeah,
I think it was Petunia. I can't. But there's the one where the 808s are just hitting so hard, and that is what you with the flow over the 808s, and then them just coming in repetitively creating that structure. That's what I really liked, and the message behind the music and the art, as you said, they become mantras. You got to make it work, and. You were talking all, about holding yourself back at the beginning of the video, and when you watch the video, you're like, okay, Yahh.Nezz is out here like trying to make it work, and that's the overall crux of it, and that's what really sold me. And I said, like, Sean sent me your profile, and I was like, oh, this guy really agreed to be on our show. Like, this is hard. So.
Yeah.
You won me over. I followed you on my personal accounts on SoundCloud, Spotify. Yeah. I'll definitely hit you with the Insta Twitter later.
Please do.
And that's what sold me. And I'm looking at your profile right now. I forgot about chemistry, but I liked how you did the play on words. You say "take me as you," and then it's also perfect symmetry. But it's like it's kind of like you're in the lab because you're taking something out and adding something in. And so I just need to look at the title.
Good, man. That's great, man. Hell yeah.
But I like your work.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
And you know, the reason why I'm so thankful, bro, is because I'm telling you, like, the fact that you said, you know, you reached out, he agreed to do the interview. This is my first fucking interview, bro. I'm telling you. Like,
really?
I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you. I'm looking out for you guys because it's shit like this that you can't forget. And the fact that you guys, like, fucking shot your shot, you know, not knowing, and here we are. So I salute to you guys because here we go. Making it happen, making it work, dude, for real. The epitome.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, so I want to ask you, sort of, what's the vision for the next sort of year or two? Like, what are you going to put out? What are you hoping to be as an artist, as an individual? Like, what's the goal?
And the ultimate goal is to become a philanthropist for the community. I am very, very, the ultimate goal is to go back to my hometown in Bakersfield, California, and in Southeast Washington, D.C., to really, really just put in, like, resources and affordable, like, representation, legal representation, affordable, anything that seems out of reach. I want to help out my community with that, starting in my hometown and where I grew up in Southeast DC. That's the ultimate goal. So my music has always been my hobby, and you know how it goes, right? It's like you start off and you're like, you're kind of shy, telling people like, I don't really take it that serious, but you know, I was like, man, I need to get to that point, and in order to do that, I gotta be heard. You know what I mean? And I hate jumping out and doing this, like, in front of the camera. Whether you believe it or not, I don't like doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I want to just make the music and put it out, but reality, you know, realistically, you got to put out everything as a whole, aligned unit, packaged product. So yeah, well, I'm learning as I go, but shoot, it's something's happening. If you guys are hitting me up to do an interview, man, I'm doing something right.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, bro. And shout out to that. Talking about Petunia, man, like, that's the only track that I produced on Botany Volume 1.
Really?
So that says so much, man. Like, it really does.
So you do like the 808s?
Love that shit, man. I love it. And that's the thing. I was kind of, even with the project, the number of songs, I was self-conscious to put out so much because I was like, man, y'all aren't gonna appreciate this anyways, but let me give it like a teaser, just, you know, start myself off anyways. And the Petunia record, I was like, man, is it good enough? There's no ad-libs. It's like really just cut and dry, but it works. And for that reason, I don't know what it is, man. That thump of the vibration just, like, rocks your body to make you feel like you're alive, you know? And that's the shit that I fuck with, you know? That's the shit that I fuck with.
And it's the structure too. It gets you in the zone because it's 1 2 3 boom, 1 2 3 boom. Like, it's So and that's, I love, like, doing work to heavy 808 music and working out, like, all that stuff. Like, it really helps, especially, you know, getting you that mindset to I'm gonna go harder.
No, for sure, man. I tell you what, it's like it's exactly what you say, for those exact reasons, you know, to make you feel alive. I would always do that to drown out, like, you know, working like my 9 to 5, and then I finally was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm fucking miserable. I drown out myself. Any moment that I don't have to be at work, I had the headphones plugged in. Like, nobody could approach me. I was like, you know, doing my shit, and I was like, why am I just not going ham for myself like I go ham for this job, you know? So I quit, man. I quit.
Work for me.
I work for me. Exactly, man. Exactly. It's scary as hell, but it's fulfilling. It's more fulfilling, I tell you that much. Because you scrap and you claw until you get that shit, man. And it's like, you don't know how you're going to put together the money for the rent next month, but you end up making it happen. You just magician the shit out of life. And do that shit. Finagle, man. Finagle that bagel. For sure.
And going back to Botany, both projects.
Yeah.
How do you choose the plants for each track name? Do you own any of the plants, or have you owned any of the plants, or is just, you know, you like how they look?
I like that question, man.
Thank you.
Shoot, dude, it's like, part of it was to name the song by each flower in order for the listeners to have zero expectation. Absolutely zero, right? Because when you're reading down and you're like, okay, a song called Yeah Yeah and a song called Back That Ass Up and a song called Just Living, you know what I mean? It's like, it's almost like you kind of just like, not to be vulgar, but you throw your nuts out on the table and it's like, all right, here's my dick. Like, everybody look at it. But there's like, there's no foreplay. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no lead up. There's no like letting your mind do the imagination. Like when you see beautiful women in life or on Instagram, it's like, to me, the most attractive shit is when a woman like has like just a classy look that you can tell she's not revealing too much, but it makes your like brain start to like, you know what I mean? Imagine. So I wanted to evoke that same exact feeling with every name of the song, every flower. How I picked it, I listened to each song, and sometimes naturally the content comes before the name. That Agave record, right? I made that record 1.5 years ago, before I had any idea of coming up with the name Botany. And here we go, it's a plant, you know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit. Like, you know, I've been piecing this together little by little. Petunia, same thing. I made that record before I even thought about the album concept for Botany. And don't step on my petunias, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just weird alignment. And for the other songs that don't kind of reference the flower name, I picked the flower based on the mood, if it's not that, right? So like, for instance, Mauve Carnation, right? It's like a lo-fi beat, kind of sexy song. And I was like, man, this is a really risque kind of concept, especially talking about this shit, you know, and having my wife listen to it. I'm like, you know, this is my art, and I just have to be real, because I've been in situations, even with you, where, and talking about my wife, it's like, you know, you're leading up, you're warming up the honey pot, and then you fuck around and say the stupidest shit, and then the mood is done. You know what I mean? And you're like, fuck! And I can't tell you how many dreams I had like that, and I'm like, damn it. But you know, that vibe creates that like alignment with the flower name. Mauve Carnation is the flower that represents, you know, sexy time. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I picked that name. And then the Simple Sushil, that's like the orange flower that's known in Mexico for Dia de los Muertos. So it's like in the movie Coco with like the bright luminescent orange flowers. And then on top of that, with my album cover, and then on top of that with the season, I'm starting to see that each flower, color, project is all coordinated with the seasons. You know what I mean? Bright, dark, fall, winter, spring. It's like the more I keep throwing spaghetti noodles on the wall, the more I'm like, oh shit, this is making more and more sense. So I wish that I could take credit to say, oh, I have this immaculate plan, but the more I'm like just fucking up and trying, it's like, it's just falling into place, and I'm thankful for that. I'm so thankful for that.
That's such a concept, bro. Like, you know, like when you look at it, you know, it just looks like a bunch of plants and flowers, but like, that's why I appreciate, you know, reaching out to artists and like actually getting the chance to talk to you guys. It's like, there's so much more like story and reason behind like people's art that you just don't get the chance to know about unless you actually get the chance to talk to them.
Yeah, I thought that it was really cool that you kind of said you take this as art. Don't take it as you know, you don't have any predispositions to think about what the song will sound like from the title. You just said this is art, listen to it and make your own opinion.
Facts, man, facts. And I'm like, and then once you get to learn the song, you know, you create that other connection with it, and now it's like, you know, you have a flower to like connect with that. And it's like, it's interesting because I heard a saying that ties into the Dia de los Muertos and like the death in this time of year. The history behind it, you know, it's a Mexican history, and I love the connection because it's like, somebody once said, I want to give you your flowers while you can still receive them. You know what I mean? Because the one time that you, even as males, that you receive flowers is when you fucking die. Like, what the fuck? Where was my recognition and all this love, amazing shit you have to say about me when I was, like, when I die? But when I'm alive, where's that love at? You know, and this is what I wanted to do. So to my fans and my listeners, to everybody, like, I want to give you your flowers while you can still receive them. So each song, whatever you gravitate towards, or if you don't, eventually down the line, if you do, that's your flower. You know what I mean? Like, that's yours.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is amazing. This is amazing, dude. How many artists have you interviewed as of late?
You're our first one too.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, it's the first and a first. We're mutually doing it.
Let's go, man. See what I mean? We're learning and we're putting it together little by little, man. I love this shit.
Collaboration, yeah.
Yeah. What are the plans? Tell me, like your vision. Like, tell me your guys' vision. I'm yapping. I love to hear about the creators and the artists too. So,
thank you.
Tell me the structure, the plan.
Yeah. So, we have a website as well, and just going back to trying to have our foot in every door and increase discourse. That's the whole plan. So the biggest plan, the grand scheme of things, would be a real outlet.
Yeah.
But you see outlets such as Complex, Pitches and Planes, Approx.
Yeah.
They might not necessarily be in every single social media door. They probably are, but they aren't, keeping up with the content, trying to streamline it across all platforms.
Yeah.
So we're trying to accomplish that. Obviously, it's much harder than we thought it would be. And even with, there's 8 of us. I mean, some of us don't do as much, but there's 8 of us, and we still can't get it done. Even if we assign, one social media to each of us, there's no way we could keep up with all of it. Yeah. But the dream is to have it in a scenario where we have enough people and enough manpower and enough, organization to be able to streamline content across every single platform. So no matter where you go on Kolosal, on the website, the international web, you'll see the same thing, and you'll be pretty caught up with what's going on, what we want to cover, what interests us. And it's all about finding those other people that have the mutual interests and trying to pull them in and say, here, listen, we're trying to do something a little different than most of the people out there. We want to become the next big outlet to really prop up musicians, any sort of art. We're not just limited to music, but, that's what we're focused on right now because, we only have limited manpower. And then eventually we just have our space in, the journalism, internet space, and be able to prop up people such as yourself from DC and anybody that we would be friends with. I mean, anybody that we think their vision aligns with ours. Same set of values, and just prop them up, and through collaboration, as you're saying, rise up and become a big force. But obviously, we have 150 followers on Twitter.
Hey, that's 150 more than the person that's sitting on their ass at home wishing that they could do something like this. All right, so
thank you.
Always the one thing, look at me. I have my music in my head. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm fucking out of here. But got 659 followers, but I'm so appreciative for those. So I was where you guys were, and to hear you talk about that, right? Like your friends and you're putting together the group, the unit. It's hard to get everybody coordinated, right? It's hard, and then you start realizing that people may not be as hungry as you, or they're not as invested in your vision, right? You guys see the shining, glimmering light, right?
Yeah.
So and then you know what I'm talking about. You feel that exactly. Oh, dude, this idea is too fucking good to not push it, and then you realize you're people just aren't as motivated as you, and it hurts because, like you're saying, right? You're saying there's probably eight friends. Those are your homies. And then you're like, damn, man, all right, why aren't you motivated like me? So
you're hitting the nail on the head.
Hey, man, it's reality, it's life. I'm learning myself right now. I was like, damn, this whole time I was like, y'all we're bullshitting, and I smoke weed now. I haven't drank in almost a year, but you know, back when I did it, like
Congrats.
thank you, bro. Thank you. You're like chilling and socializing and drinking. You're like, oh no, this is the dream, this is the goal, and then the next day you're like, hold up, why is it only me and Sean here? Where the fuck is everybody? You know what I mean? Like, so and I know you didn't ask for this, but I would just say on that, because it's so important. Like it's don't let that stop you. All right, don't let, if they can't make it, cool, no worries, bro. I'm gonna make my shit shine until you want to come latch on. And by that time, you already found the people who notice your buzz, and they'll be like, nah, I want to work. Like, I'll do it for free. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you this. Like,
again, those like-minded people.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
Sure. For sure.
Just focus on putting in the work, even if it's just like both of you. Like, go hard, go as hard as you can. Don't worry about them. Like, at the end of the day, you just got to keep pushing towards the vision. And if you want that shit bad, go, man, go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't take it personal either. Don't, like, I used to take it personal because I was like, but you know, some people just aren't ready to make the shift and the change yet. And you guys are, and I can smell it, like, on through the interview. You know what I mean? Like, I recognize that hunger.
Thank
bro,
you.
And I appreciate
We appreciate that.
We appreciate you being here very much.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
You need to start doing more intros like you did on Botany One, just doing your Morgan Freeman. Exactly what you said right there. You need to say something like that, like a sentence. Bro, give us a little backstory.
I love that. And you know what? It's so funny that you said that, man, because leading up to this volume, I was like, you know, been working hard as hell trying to put these little gems together and come up with a creative way. And the reason why I ended up saying more dialogue on the first volume was because I was like insecure. I was like, man, there's only 3 songs on here. I can't just do that. You know what I mean? I gotta like beef it up a little bit. But I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'd be talking shit and my wife would be like, she's like, shut up already. You know what I mean? Like in a loving way. And then I'd be like, Dan, you know, whatever I can say to like help somebody, like if it helps, take it, and if not, just keep scrolling down the timeline. But thank you, man. Thank you for those words, and I'm more than you realize. Like, just your energy, your vibe, your motivation has motivated me. So I'm like,
oh, same here with you.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely likewise. All right, so let's hit you with some quick hitters. You've given us more than enough time. So we don't want to keep you too long. So we're gonna hit you.
I'm good until 3 o'clock. So if it finishes sooner or later, just 3 o'clock's the max. Whenever you guys want, I'm here for you guys, man.
Thank you, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So we just have some quick hitters, and then we'll ask you anything to plug, and then that'll be it. So we'll probably be done in the next 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's rock.
Perfect. All right. So who would you say your musical influences are? Doesn't have to be a certain number.
No worries.
I would also add on to that, not just musical. I would say just like life influences as well, because like you're such a visionary, man. Just like the words you've been saying all throughout this interview have been like, I've been blown away. So I'm curious as to who your influences are, both musically and just in life.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Damn, man, and I have the same. Likewise, back at you. You know, back at you. I didn't know what to expect, and you guys are fucking killing it, knocking it out of the park. I love the structure too. I'm all about, no yah-yahs with the rah-rahs. If you get down to business, you have the structure, let's work. If you're working, I'm working. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
With that being said, what was the question? So, motivations. I got it. Musical motivations for sure. My gosh, like Noah was saying, with the 808s knocking, like anything that thumps. But I really, really fucked with like Dom Kennedy and the West Coast style. Nipsey Hussle, because my heart's from California. You know, and that's coming to DC. I felt like a fish out of water, because in DC we have such a rich culture with rap, but also with go-go music. It's like, it's so blood like centered in the Chocolate City that I love it so much. And I'm like, hearing it for the first time, I was like, nah, I need to go back to my West Coast shit. But then as time went on, I was like, I love it. I love them all. So Dom Kennedy influence, Nipsey Hussle for sure. My first rap album that I ever like listened to, like explicit, was Ludacris's Back for the First Time, like his first album with What's Your Fantasy on it. Damn, Dr. Dre, come on. like 808 King.
Yeah.
My God, yeah, those influences are, and then producer wise, man, like I look up to a lot of producers. I used to be that like psycho OCD person that would just go and watch every freaking amount and drip of content that producers would do in the studio. So lots of them, everybody. Go ahead.
Cool.
Perfect. Yeah, as you said, California made me, DC raised me.
Hey, dog, I'm telling you, man. It's funny because I'm here at Thanksgiving with my family and they don't give a fuck. They're eating turkey and shit, and I'm like, you know, my albums come. I'm like, nah, like I'm putting something together that's dope, but they just don't get it. But like hearing you say quote my shit, man, I'm telling you, I'm thankful, man. Hell yeah.
This is the time of thanks. Yeah, your dinner table talk was like, you know, I got an album on the way, and they're gobbling down turkey.
I know,
That's
yeah,
funny.
shut up, Christian.
All right, so who are you listening, or what are you listening to right now, and who would you like to work with, if anybody?
Oh, yeah, great question, dude. Great question.
Thanks.
Off the top, man. Off the top, I'm listening to this artist. His name is Che Ekru. I don't know how to pronounce
Ekru,
it.
yeah.
I don't know what the heck that fool's like eating and smoking, but that's the shit. He's got some solid music and some solid songs that defy the rules. And that's what I really wanted to do too. So I admire that from him. Brent Fayaz, like Fayaz, I forget how to say his name, but he's dope as shit, man. I've been describing him lately as a Sonic Tarantino because the soundscapes that he uses on top of the just gritty material, like the content, but the delivery is through like singing and like buttery ass vocals. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So he's definitely, I've been manifesting a feature with him, and if I keep saying that I will, it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna you're gonna have an exclusive drop right here to pull it up, man.
Yes.
We're gonna work with Brent.
It's gonna happen, yeah.
It's gonna fucking happen. All you gotta do is just believe, man. Just believe. So yeah, that's definitely, man. Brent Fayaz.
That's a great answer, yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We both love those artists.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, they're dope, man. They're dope. They got something just like dark and happy and just everything.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. The juxtaposition. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's just contrast, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing. All right.
Okay, so what cities do you have in your weather app and why?
Holy shit. That's a great question. I'll tell you, man, I don't want to pull it up, but I can tell you like at least 10 of them. I have Paris, New York, Detroit, Atlanta, Zacapo, Michoacan, Bakersfield, California, and Paris. I think I said Paris already, and then there's like another one. I want to say Amsterdam. There's like a random one, a whole bunch of them. But yeah, why? Why? Because I haven't fully cut off, and I guess those are the little house cleaning things I have to do to fully detach from my previous job. I used to be a flight attendant for Delta Airlines, so I've been all around the world more than Carmen Sandiego, and I just have that shit in there, and now I got to go and clean it because I only stay at one place right now with the Ronas and shit popping.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, we would have never known that. Thank you for sharing that with us. We would have never known that you worked for Delta.
No problem, man. That's why we do these interviews, man. You guys get the drops, shit that nobody really knows. Unless you know me, like, shit. This is exclusive gems, man.
Going back to knowing you, this wasn't in the quick hitters, but it just made me think of, so on SoundCloud you said if you can answer this question, you said that your nickname is November 16th.
My nickname is November 16th. Hold on, you're trying to have me quote up and lead up to a line that I said?
No, you just said you had the November 16th
mixtape. Yeah. Oh yeah. My bad. The sound cut off, so I heard it differently.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That was on my end. November 16th, man. Yeah, that's my birthday. That's my birthday, and it was also my first stage name. Because, like I said, I was hiding. I was trying to come out like dark and like The Weeknd. What's a dope name like The Weeknd? My birthday, and I was like, nah, this is not gonna work. Because everybody would just wish me happy birthday on my birthday, but nothing about the music. So I was like, we're gonna have to niche it down a bit. So that's why I picked the name Yahh.Nezz. It's a misspelled version of my name, more so to like kind of phonetically help people sound it out. But that's why I chose Yahh.Nezz, because my real name is Christian Yanez with a little enya accent on it. But I was like, most people say Yahh.Nezz, Yancy, and everything but my last name. So I was like, Yahh.Nezz. You know what I mean?
Like, that works. That definitely works too. And happy belated.
Oh shit! Thank you, man. Thank you.
Of course.
Stay in touch, man, because I wish y'all happy birthday, man. I know y'all. When's your birthday? No.
March 23rd.
March 23rd. All right, Sean. When's your birthday?
I'm October 29th, so we already passed it.
Oh shit! Happy belated, man. Happy belated, dude. Yes, it's important, man. I'm gonna try my best to wish y'all happy birthday and post some shit. And I got you, man, for real.
Yeah, we'll definitely hit you with the follow on all socials.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Let me know, because I'm following everybody. Like I said, if you're working, I'm working, and I love this fucking vibe, man.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah. All right, last question.
Sure. Shoot it.
Favorite part of your career?
Oh shit! Right now, favorite part? The day that I made the song Primrose. That was the day. I made the song, and I was sitting in the studio, and I'm lying. It wasn't that song. Let me look at the track list right now to tell you exactly, because I don't want to butcher this.
Cool.
Oh yeah, of course. Take your time.
And I'll tell you exactly why.
The exclusive take. We're ready for it.
Exclusive fucking take. Okay, it's called Dalia Piñata.
That's when you said that DC raised you.
You raised
Yes, sir. That song, I finished making that song, and it was something about the way, like the hymns and the ohms and the like the wave of the song, that just made me start crying. Like I was just bawling in the studio, because it was the first time, you guys, where I felt like I finally achieved a sound that I was proud of.
That's a big moment, yeah.
Oh my God, I was so hard on myself, and that's why I think I got so emotional, because I was just hard on myself, and always told my brain was always saying, it's not good enough. My OCD brain is saying, this is fucked up. This is not perfect. And I played that shit back after I recorded it, and I started weeping, man. And for that reason, it just sticks with me. Dahlia is like the national flower for Mexico, and piñata was a play on the line where I was like talking about being the Mexican Sinatra. So I finally like starting to mix in the singing, and given the reference to Usher in the beginning, he did the song called My Way. Frank Sinatra was known for a song called My Way, and now Christian's known for a song doing it my way. So that was the trifecta connection right there.
That's beautiful, yeah. And you broke through that wall that you said as you're holding yourself back. Like you finally just destroyed it. You said, "I have attained the sound, and this is how far I've come."
Yeah,
that's beautiful, man.
It's a journey. That's why and now that I'm starting to experience these things, I don't want to keep that shit to myself. Like I've always been a sharer, just through culture and being Mexican. Like I always offer and give. And I just can't, now that I'm seeing it with my own eyes and experiencing the journey, that's why I'm so adamant about sending all the information that I can to anybody who's working, because I know how hard it is. And any little piece that I can help, like I can't sit with this by myself, man. That's greedy. You know what I mean? Like I just want to just help, because I know that the world will help me if we keep that fucking vibe going, man. So
it all comes around.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. I can't tell you enough how thankful and gracious I am, man.
Hey, bro.
Completely reciprocated. Thank you so much for being here, man.
This won't be the last time. And like I said, bro, since you guys looked out for me, this is how the world works, right? We reciprocate the fucking the love. Stay in contact. I'm gonna send you my personal number, so that way if you guys need anything, and I mean it, if you guys need fucking anything, performance, a verse, a promo, whatever the fuck it is, you guys reach out and you let me know. Okay.
Wow, Yahh.Nezz.
We appreciate that so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
No problem, man.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Anything we can do for you as well, likewise. We will do anything that we can help you with.
Likewise, too, man. Thank you so much. And when you guys get this thing ready, send it my way. We'll promote it.
Oh, we definitely will, yeah.
Absolutely.
Do that shit. Do that shit. Take care, you guys, all right?
You too, man. Take care.
Holiday.
Be safe.
Enjoy the time, all right? Peace.
All right, that was Yahh.Nezz here on the Kolosal podcast. Thanks for watching the interview, uncut here on YouTube. While you're here, subscribe down below. Also, check out Yahh.Nezz. His new project, Botany Volume 2, is out on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as Deezer. He has a SoundCloud if you want to check out some of his older stuff. Also, make sure to follow him on Instagram and Twitter, as well as us on Instagram and Twitter. We both have websites as well. His is www.yahhnezz.com, and we're at www.kolosal.gq. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.